Hi, I'm Tanya, and in this video, I'm going to talk to you about prompting. Not prompting from 2024 and 2025. This is the new, latest, cutting edge type of prompting to get the most out of AI. So we've moved beyond just simple prompt engineering into context engineering. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about what exactly that means.
Ready for the future, it's a brand new day. Welcome to Tech with Tonya. Let's get it started now.
Okay, so I'm assuming that you're here on this video and it's because you are using a lot of different LLMs and AI tools, and maybe you're struggling to get the response that you're looking for, or you feel like you're wasting a lot of time. And that's probably because you don't quite know how to control that chaos and direct that process. So that's what I'm going to talk to you about. So I kind of think everyone starts out using AI in the same way. You start by just searching for an answer. And at first that works. You ask a question, you get an answer, and it's like, wow. But the more you use these AI tools, the more you expect. So we've moved beyond just, I need an answer. I need the exact right answer for my situation right now that is unique to me. And AI tools can do that. But it is complicated, and you need to know how to communicate with the LLM. Before we dive in, I think it's useful that you understand how this process is really working, because when you're asking an LLM something and you're interacting with it, it is really just doing calculations on the back end. So everything you say is ultimately converted into numbers, into very complex calculations, and then you get an output. That output is a probability of what answer you're looking for. So I think it's important to know that really you're just working with a prediction machine. And that is why it is so important that you are very specific about what it is exactly that you're wanting, because you're wanting it to predict the correct solution that is very unique to your problem. So part of prompt engineering is using constraints, because when you start out with a tool, you have an infinite amount of outcomes. And what you're wanting to do is be so specific that you constrain your output to the most perfect output that the LLM could give you. So one way you can do this is using the RACEF method, where you specify the role, the action that needs to occur, the context. The context here is the key. What is the situation? What happened in the past? What are you wanting to happen in the future? What are all those very fine details that the LLM needs in order to get your proper output? Examples. So if you are trying to get some specific output that looks a certain way or follows certain rules, giving an example of how that looks can be very helpful. Like, hey, here's a project I did last year. Here's what I started with. Here's what I ended up with. This is what I want you to do. And then the format, what is the structure? So by structure, we could say like bullet points, a markdown file, a JSON file. There's all kinds of different outputs, that could be formatted in different ways. But despite starting with a near perfect prompt, you may still need to iterate. So you need to just get in the habit of doing that. You're not going to always get it perfect the first time. You will a lot, but not always. Be prepared to communicate. Just like if you are a manager of a team, you've got to be able to communicate with a lot of different types of people, and for a lot of different types of mistakes they made. You need to be thinking of the future and what you're wanting and be able to direct that. And it's no different with working with an LLM. Now, I'm going to jump into this book because the best way to learn, honestly, is just by looking at examples. And this is actually a book I sell in my store. I will link it down below, where I cover actually a lot of things. One of the first tabs in this book is actually free courses that I create about artificial intelligence and how to prepare. So if you are a beginner, you would find this to be very useful. These courses are completely free. They're just bonus types of things. Okay, let's just jump down. You can see over here, I have all kinds of options, different categories of prompts that I use and then I have collected. And then I have sold. But let's do an example here in job seekers. So let's look at one that has a lot of context. These are all pretty short. Okay, so this is one for customizing a cover letter. So let's say you're customizing a cover letter for a specific job that you're wanting to get. So you're going to have an existing cover letter. You're going to paste it in and you're going to say, hey, here's the job link. So here's the link to the external job posting. And I need to rewrite it. And then there are very specific outputs. Reference a measurable achievement. Connect my skills to a key problem this role is going to solve. End with a proactive call to action. Avoid buzzwords, cliches, and long introductions, etc. Now, you might be thinking, this all sounds just like prompt engineering. How is context engineering different? Context engineering is when you are really tailoring these prompts to you. You're providing information about you and about your unique situation. So, for example, the context in this example is you have an existing cover letter that's all about you, and now we have a job that you specifically want. Here is optimize your resume. So basically, here is the task. Here's the rules for the output and how things should look. And then here is you're going to paste your job description and your resume, and it's going to optimize it for that specific job. Okay, let's jump down to something more with working with data. Data is always fun. So here the context is you're going to actually give the LLM your data set. Maybe you have some YouTube analytics. Maybe you have some feedback from your customers. You're going to take it, you're going to paste it in there, and then you're going to ask for this analysis. You're looking for trends and correlations and outliers, and you want insights, and you want to know if the data quality is poor or great, or if there's something missing, some factor we need to be considering. Let's look at branding and voice. So if you are trying to start up a business, every video I watch is all about, you got to do it now, you got to act now, you got to use AI and do this and do that. One of the problems is knowing, how do you even start a business? What kinds of things does a business even need to have to make it a business? What all do I need to do? I've actually collected this throughout the last few months, actually, on what are the different parts of a business? What kinds of things do I need to be thinking about? I need to think about a brand. I need to think about a business plan. I need to think about being very clear on my business goals. I need to think about my strategy. And actually, when you go through here, you'll see it's about getting products, writing posts, marketing, SEO, and AEO, which is answer engine optimization, and how to do all that, how to make growth strategies. And I'm still actually learning a lot. Every single prompt that I've come across that I've used is in here. Actually, a bunch that I have not even used yet. I just wanted to make sure they were here when I'm ready for them. All of these are high quality, up-to-date prompts that you can use, not just to organize what it is you need to do, not just to communicate best for the LLM, but just so you can see what is possible. Because just seeing these prompts helped me to understand how a business grows and what kinds of things I could use AI for. I mean, these types of things sparked whole new ideas for me in terms of how I can use AI to develop my skills and to develop a business. Let's just look at this one last prompt and then I'm going to let you go. So this is to optimize your profile for brand visibility. So you're specifying the role of an expert social media strategy, and you're given the very clear task. Here's what you need to do. And then here is all of the context about me, or if you're using it, of course, it's about you. So describe your business, your target audience, your unique selling points, your brand voice, your social media platforms. Once you get this type of information defined, you can actually start saving this as context to use in future conversations. And especially so if you use Claude, because you can save it as a skill or a markdown file that you can then import into new conversations. So I don't know. If this helped you, please let me know. If there's anything I missed, go ahead and comment below and let me know. And also like the video. And if you want, go check out the book. You can use YouTube 50 for 50% off any digital download in my store. Have a great day.